What's up, everyone? Vizo87 here. I'm gonna do my yearly collection video. Normally I only just do Yu Yu Hakusho for this. I'm gonna do Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, and the most recent one that I've been collecting, Dragonball Z. I've been collecting DBZ, I guess, about a year-ish now, and I've made a lot of progress in it. I'm not going into DBZ looking to get, like, limited, unlimited, limited foil, unlimited foil. I'm just looking to get a copy of every card, minus the ultra rares for now and the super rare promos, which we'll get to in a minute. But this video is going to be lengthy because I'm going to show off all 5 of these Ravo binders that I have that are actually all filled with cards. So this is going to take a while. Understand, it's going to be hard to flip the pages because I'm going to be one-handed doing this, but I will try my best. We will start off with Dragon Ball Z. We've got Saiyan Saga here. These are just a mix of first edition and unlimited. So nothing too crazy here. There's no foils in here. I do have a stack of foils. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I might just sell them. I don't know. But yeah, here is Saiyan Saga. Saiyan Saga is complete, minus the ultra rares, which I do have one of. Is there any way to... Yeah, we could get all of that in one picture. Yeah, see, the problem with doing this one hand is that the pages get caught on the rings. And I know people are like, oh, that means they're going to get damaged. No, I've had these for months now, and nothing has gotten damaged. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I guess this looks a little bit better. We'll do it like this. But doing this one-handed is really tough. But yeah, I've been working on trying to complete this, get at least a copy of every single card. DBZ was the last Score game that I collected when I was younger. My sister and I kind of went crazy on mostly Android and Cell Saga, because that was what was out at the time. And we ended up selling them many, many years ago, and I was like, you know, it'd be neat if I actually went back and got them one day. So that's the end of that. We do have one of the ultra rares. We have Goku's Plan. I think I picked it up for like $40, $45. It was really cheap. It was just like, I'm only going to pick up ultra rares if they're cheap. That's where we're at right now. I think a lot of the ultra rares are, I think they're overpriced, but you know, what do I know? I think that COVID happened and people took advantage of collectible prices, and a bunch of investors came in. But yeah, the prices are going down, so eventually I will fill in the ultra rares. It's just probably not going to be for another year or two. We're heading over here to, what is it, Frieza Saga next. Frieza Saga is also not too terrible to collect, except for the insert cards. The insert cards suck, and the reason for that is because there are 50 of them. You can hear the anger in my voice as I say that. There are way too many insert cards for its own good, but overall, it's a much shorter set. Now, I have a lot of blank spaces in here for those insert cards. I do have a bunch of them. The reason I haven't put these away, A, I just got them yesterday, and B, I'm also buying a full set off someone right now. Why did that feel weird? Oh, wow, wait a minute. This is 4 out of 10. This is the wrong Goku. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't... And Krillin and Nappa are wrong, too. I didn't even notice that. These aren't the right ones. These are from the Sensu Blast. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. So, I still need a couple of these. But I don't need the Goku. I don't need the Krillin. I'm going to have to tell the guy I just contacted, because I'm in the middle of buying a Krillin right now. And I actually don't need it because these aren't... Oh, boy. So that was another mistake this guy made. I mean, that's also my fault. I didn't catch it when I was buying them. So that's also my fault. I'm not going to get mad at the guy for that. I'm glad I made this video now, because now I don't need to buy the Krillin. Although now I also need the Krillin from the other guy I'm buying it from. Sorry, Tyler. I'm going to be sending you even less when I get stuff in. But yeah, so I have a bunch of the... a little less than I thought now, of the starter cards. Or, not the starter, the insert cards. We've got the tip cards here. I was supposed to get these from the other guy. He thought they were part of Trunk Saga, so he didn't send them when I asked for all the Frieza Saga cards. But I am working out a deal to get all of the Frieza Saga cards. There is someone selling a complete set right now, so that will actually finish everything. These last 4 blanks are for the backs of the cards. I'll have them all, minus the red back, because I haven't gotten an extra of any of those. Huh. Well, I'm so glad I'm making this video now, and not after I got the other collection in. This is the Trunks Saga cards. Also, a lot of inserts in this set. Not a huge fan of the fact that there are so many inserts. I think a lot of these are limited. But yeah. These aren't too exciting, which is why I'm just kind of like flipping through them. I mean, they're just non-foils. It's a complete set. Minus, again, the insert cards and the ultra rares. With the ultra rares going there. Don't have those. And then these were the Trunks Saga starter deck cards. And then we get to other insert cards. We've got the Android 18 insert. This is the checklist that's on the back of the Trunks Saga puzzle. So I do the front and the back. I could blame Harold for that. But yeah, so we have the Trunks Saga front complete. I'm missing a couple extras of the back to finish it off. We do have the Trunks the Saiyan here, which the back of these is the Z card back. So that was brand new. Those are 2001 copyrighted. Those are brand new. We're missing 2 more card backs. Here, it's 3 ways to win in the physical attack table. I have the physical attack table pending. I might have 3 ways to win pending as well. I'm not sure. This is going to be the Z back, so I just need to find another Trunks the Saiyan puzzle. This is tip number 2, the only tip that I'm missing. This is Vegeta and Piccolo and Dragon Balls that I am missing here and here. Tip 12, I know Tyler needs that. Sorry, Tyler, I don't have an extra of it. If I did, I would give it to you. And then we have these. The ones that I'm missing are Gohan and Krillin. Well, I guess I'm not missing Krillin anymore because I have him over there. So I'll have to put that away. So that's cool. At least I have the Krillin, and I just need the Gohan now, which is actually on eBay, but I don't have to worry about that because I know someone's selling one separately. So that's pretty cool. We hop into Android Saga. Also, this is really where my sister and I had collected a lot. We had a decent chunk of the foils from this set, and well, my sister likes putting auctions on eBay when she's selling stuff, starting at $1 bid. And I guess we didn't do such a hot job listing it. I think all we did was Android Saga cards, something like that. So we ended up selling our like near complete set with like half of it being foiled out for like $8. So that really sucked. That was many, many years ago, though, when the cards were worth a lot less. Those are the ultra rares. But yeah, that sucked. Still missing quite a few of the insert cards. It's mostly like flipping over of these pamphlets that they included. I do have a couple of those pending, 2 of them, maybe more. And then we get to Cell Saga, which, very nice saga to collect because there's not a whole lot of insert cards. I mean, it was a bigger set. We got 4 ultra rares there. Don't have any of those. That's okay. Like I said, eventually I'll get them. And then we got the starter deck cards. We've got the battle simulators all up here. And then just a couple of gaps here. I just have a couple. The Sensu Blast and Cooler's Revenge pack. This card. Oh boy, where is this from? This is from the Sensu Blast pack. Because there's 2 of this card, but they're exactly the same. You've got one from Sensu Blast, and you've got one from Cooler's Revenge, which is in my promo section when we get to that. And then we jump into Cell Games. Oops, I didn't get that right card there. Again, you know, all non-foil. Not going to collect the foils. They're just too expensive. People want way too much. And I just can't. It's like Alliance times 20. I'm still missing quite a few of the insert cards here, which is unfortunate. It's all puzzles. That's all I'm missing are the puzzle cards. So, if you have them, hit me up, because I'll buy them. And that's just a blank space. That's just leftover space. We've got, what is this? World Games? World Games, yeah. This is where I get fuzzier on the sets because I didn't collect this far back when I was younger. I get confused between the sagas here. I'm like, wait, which one goes first? Is it Bobbity or World Games? And then I just think about the anime itself. And I'm like, oh yeah, the World Game Saga came before. These are the 4 Ultra Rares. Was this the set that had the special trunks in it? No, right? I don't think so. Nah. I do hate how it just lined up really imperfectly here, where it's the 3 personalities and then the 4th personality on the next line. That really sucks, but it is what it is. And then we start getting to something new that they did in this set, which are these subset cards. In this first set, they had 2 sets of subsets, and then we have all the insert cards, along with the battle sims from the starter deck. So I'm missing 2 cards here. I want to say it's Rolling Rage and Make Your Dream card, which I also have pending right now. I might be able to get those soon. Alright, my hand's getting tired. We're only 10 minutes in. Then we get to Bobbity Saga. Yeah, because that's the Bobbity comes before Boo. Yeah. We have the Bobbity Saga here. I believe this might be one of my full unlimited sets. Nope, never mind, I lied. I see a limited card there. I have a couple sets where I have like the full unlimited. But yeah, 2 Ultra Rares. Don't have those. And then we've got the Android, whatever number it is, subset here. We do have the 3 new villains puzzle complete. Insert cards. Different Z-back because this is now copyrighted 2003. The one in Trunk Saga was copyrighted 2001. So I was like, oh, I guess I might as well collect both. Plus, I was going to have leftover space on this page anyway. So I figured, why not? This card back is actually also used on the Super Saiyan Gotenks puzzle. So, still missing these 2. Just haven't found anyone with extra pieces that are willing to sell those for me. Now we've got the Boo Saga, I believe. Because then I think after that comes... Oops, there. And then I think comes, what, Fusion, and then Kid Boo. And we're back to the end of the binder, where it's getting harder to flip things. I will have to put you guys down. Oh, I do have another Ultra Rare. I forgot I do. I did manage to trade for an Eternal Dragons quest. We've got the starter deck stuffs here, and then we've got a whole bunch of starter deck stuff here, which is also off by 1 until we get to the good job there, young Kid Trunks, because there were 2 versions of it for whatever reason, which then lines it up perfectly with everything being on the right, which I love, until we get to, I think, Majin Buu, and that messes it up again. Yeah, because Buu is goofy. And then the preview cards, and then we get to the Brawly, what is it, Legendary Super Saiyan subset, which came in packs. That's why I have them here. How I broke it apart was that if it came in packs, it's in with the sets. The only one I messed up were the bifolds from Senzu Blast for Trunk Saga. I didn't realize that those didn't come inside packs when I put this binder together, and I was already far too into it to go back and change it. I do have the last 2 pieces of the Gotenks pending. I have the bottom text here also pending, so I will hopefully finish this set really, really soon. And then we have these. The only things that I have 2 copies of are these. I have both first edition and unlimited back in here in the same sleeves. I tried not to do that, but for this one I was like, it's the only one that does it for whatever reason, so I went and did it. So that's the end of binder 1 for DBZ. Give me 1 sec while I flip these all back. I just want to make sure everything lines up nicely. I mean, not that it shouldn't, but, you know, you never know. I've had no issues with these binders, though. They're just, as long as you lay them flat and not too many on top of each other. Like, I don't put more than 1 on top of another one. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Wait. Okay. I will just put you over here for now. Alright. These binders are heavy. But let me tell you, when you go to move your cards, it is so much easier because you don't have to sit there and carry like 12, 13, 14, 15 binders. These 4x4s are awesome. What's happening here? Oh, it was just bent weirdly for whatever reason. Yeah, this binder's a little full. I'm not a huge fan of how full this binder is. As you can see, this bends over a little bit. I don't like that, but it's not damaging any of the cards because of how much space there is over here between this and this. So it's not doing anything to them. I don't like it. I think that they should have accommodated a little bit better for the fact that cards were going to be in these binders, because like the pages fit nicely, but when you have cards like DBZ, like standard cards, when you hit that 2000 mark, it starts getting a little wacky. So that would be my only suggestion to Rayval. Make your binders a smidge bigger. So this is the Fusion Saga. Again, missing the ultra rares, of course. We do have the previews. We have the subset cards here. Oops, that's 2 pages together. We have all the inserts here. Besides the Vegito puzzles, the only thing that's not complete is my Vegito puzzle. People either sell them together or don't want to sell them at all. It's so weird. A lot of space here, which sucks, but it is what it is. And then we get to Kid Buu, which is the last DBZ set, but not the last DBZ cards. Missing, of course, the Ultra Rares. These are the previews for Dragonball GT that came inside the Z packs. And then we've got the Brolys. These only came in the first edition packs, which is why I put them first. You could not get them in the second edition or unlimited, whatever you want to call it. And then you have the Bojack subset. I am missing a Beto, but I'm not actually missing Beto because me and a guy named Matt L, we have a deal worked out, but like we just haven't sent. You're going to see that a lot in this. Matt, I was really wishing we would finish our trade before this, but it's okay. I am missing the Piccolo Sensei bottom piece, though. That's the only thing I'm missing, technically. Alright, promo time. So we start off with the English, followed by the French version of the Burger King promos. In here, I have, as you can see, both the English and French inserts, along with the extra English insert card where you had to like mail in something. You could get like a video or whatever for like a reduced price, I think. So I have the inserts in there. As you can see, they're bigger than the standard card. Then the fun part, we've got Saiyan Saga. So we have 4 variations to every card here. The first variation is the American release, non-foil. As you can see, this has the P4 error on it. When we have corrected P1 for the Australian release. But they also put a little nook down here to prepare for the limited edition symbol, because they did not have that here. So that is the other way you could tell the difference, because like for instance, Piccolo didn't have the P2 that were wrong, but you could tell the difference because of the nook in the corner. That's how you know that this is the Australian print. So we've got US, Australian, silver, and gold. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And yes, it is quite difficult to tell on the villains. Let me see if I could get this. You can see right here the little extra black that's there, whereas this doesn't have it. So the villains are really tough to tell because it's dark on dark. But you can see the difference if you look well enough in the light. So yeah. I am missing Krillin Silver, but I'm not really, because Matt and I were supposed to also work out a trade for that. I am actually missing a gold Nappa. Apparently, I forgot to put it on my list. It's a $5 card. I'll get it eventually. And then I jump into the promos for each set. So some of these are pretty rare. Some of these are not so rare. So these are what? Frieza. Those were all Saiyan. We've got more Frieza. We've got the Frieza Redemptions here. So I put them in here because it just made sense with their card numbering. Then we've got the Trunks Saga, the original foils. We've got Trunks Saga. And then we get to Androids. So we have all those. We've got Cell. There's Goku's Dashing Punch. I'm looking for a Genkan stamped one of that. That would be pretty cool. Cell Games? Yeah, Cell Games. No, these are Cell Games. There we go. Raditz Memory. I know that's an expensive one. Then we've got World Games here. And then we've got the Bobbity. I do have a space here for the Total Defense Drill foil. Not really looking for it. It's on my list, but I'm not really, like, actively looking for it. The last one sold for... How much did it sell for? Hold on, I have that listed. $900. That was what the last one sold for, was $900. It's an expensive puppy. That is half of a dark one. And then we've got a bunch of other promos. We've got the Majin Buu Smooch here. Hercule Draw Steel, Heroic Head Throw, Extinction, Locked On, Blitzkrieg. There are some really rare promos in here, and they're kind of expensive. And then we jump into Kid Buu Saga. Redemptions are next. We've got the Earth Dragon Ball set here, including the foil variation. We've got the Androids redemption. We've got the Spring redemption, I think these are. Whatever it is. I am not missing these. Matt L. also has them. Matt, please, let's finish working something out. And then we've got the, I don't know, CR, CGR, Tap Car. Then we've got the Colossal whatever with Mr. Popo. That's our boy. We have the Irwin Toys next. I try to put these in order of release. So what I would do is that, like, for the promo set, obviously the Saiyan Sagas came out. Well, actually, technically, Burger King came out first. Burger King cards came out before the sets even came out to promote the game. And then the Saiyan Saga promos came out. And then what I did was I went through all the standard promos from each set. And then I went next to the first redemption promos, which was Earth Dragon Ball, and then I did every redemption set that came after that. So it's going in order, but like once it starts doing something that's in part of a chain, I finish the entire chain before going to the next one. So then after redemptions came out, to my understanding, then the Irwin Toys came out. So I have all the Irwin Toys in here as well. Well, almost all the Irwin Toys. We are not missing two of them. Hold on. Sorry, friends. Give me a second. I did pick up one of the Irwin Toy promos that I needed. I was like, oh, I'll put it away when I make the video. I did pick up one of these finally. Gohan's Jump Kick. I just had to buy an entire Irwin Toy set. So let me put this away really fast. Because, you know, that's kind of an expensive card. It's pretty rare. The only thing I am missing is Ring Out. I don't know how much that card is worth. It's hard to say, but I know it's pretty expensive. It's a couple $100. So it's nice to finally have Gohan's Jump Kick in here. Just missing Ring Out. After that, it looked like the League season stuff was the next thing to release for the game after the Irwin Toys had released. So we do have both variations to Warriors Preparation. We have both variations to Lineup. Which includes the, it's hard to see here, the Android Saga variation. We've got the 3 versions of Teamwork Kamehameha. We've got, that's the non-foil, then the, just the regular foil, and then the Android's foil. So yeah, I tried to get the variations if I could. If I can't, I can't, but I do try my best. We've got the 2 variations to Goku's Relentless Spirit. I couldn't remember the second half of the name. And then we have all the rest of the League cards here. Then it looked like King Cold the Mighty was the next one to release. Plus it was really nice to separate the League cards from the Collector's Club cards. We do have the variation to... Oh, it's the first one actually. The Namekian Strike Line foil. Also had to buy a complete set of the Collector's Club to get that. Because, you know, why not? Then we get to the interesting stuff. We get the, after Collector's Club, we've got the Scoring Zone cards. This is a Black Lunge that we have had for years. Thankfully, this is one of the cards my sister and I didn't get rid of. We have a Victorious. It's a little damaged, but it's okay. We do have the Illustrious Champion Drill. Champion Belt, Victorious Drill. No dot, don't care about that. Champion's Aura, let the games begin. I did leave space for the other 2 here. In case I ever do somehow get an SC8 and an SC9. I would like to get SC8, but I don't think it's going to happen. We've got the GKI, your invited card here. I do have the Fatherly Advice. I forgot to take that out. Where is that? That is somewhere. I have it stored somewhere over here. I don't know. I have the Fatherly Advice. It's graded, which sucks. I might just break it out one day. It's somewhere. But I do have Fatherly Advice. I'm just missing Blue Backbreaker, which people want insane amounts of money for. Like, people are asking like $450 for it. It's just, I'm sorry, I just don't think it's worth that much. I do have the King Kai set, so that was pretty cool. I have all of the the other K promos: Trunks' Speedy Flight, Gohan's Power Hit. So yeah. And then we have the Tough Enough cards. Those were pretty cheap. Apparently these were like inserts in the Cell games, but only in, not Cell games, in Cell Saga maybe? They were on top of the box, I believe, or something like that when you bought it, and they were in 2 sealed packs, and in those packs came this Grave Real DBZ Action insert card, so you would get 2 of these, but 1 of most of the others, and I believe the last 2 you had to do like some special redemption for, something like that. I don't think that these were released with the rest of them. And then we have the INF cards. We've got Confrontation. These are the video game cards, I believe. This is the more rare of them because you just weren't... I believe you were more likely to get this, but a couple of them had this. There is a way to tell, I think, but I don't remember. And then the other video game cards. Then we've got the Power Pack cards. Got all the inserts there. A different version of Crave Real DBZ Action. So this one has the full white on the right. That's how you know it's tough enough. This one has white on the right side, but with a black border. That's when you know it is Power Pack 1. And then we've got all the Power Pack cards. These aren't too interesting because you were guaranteed to get these all in the same pack every time. There was nothing different about them. But I did chain Power Pack 1 into Power Pack 2 here, followed by the CCCP cards. And then you've got the inserts for Power Pack 2 here. Another Crave Real DBZ Action. So you can see there's not really any white on the right side here. That's how you know that it is Power Pack 2. So Power Pack 1 had a very defined white line here, whereas Power Pack 2 does not. It's like hardly any white over there. Then we've got the, what's it called? The Trunks thing. What's the stupid Trunks thing? Trunks something or other. It was that special starter deck that they made with all the foils inside. Redemption? No, I don't remember. But it was Trunks something. But I did get all these. I won most of these in auctions on the Popo group when they were running them. We've got the Cooler's Revenge cards. This card is the same one as you saw in the other binder, but I did pull this myself from a Cooler's Revenge pack, so I knew it came from there in case someday someone does find a difference between the two. I couldn't see any differences, but maybe I missed something. Then we've got the X promos that came out next, followed by Extreme 1. We've got the Funimation promos. I did try to complete all the variations of those, and I did. Spaces for F5 and F6. Ha ha ha, we'll never get them. And then we've got the Broly cards, BR1. We've got all 3 variations. We've got Broly 2, Broly 3, True Grit. We've got Startled. The Craft promos. Matt, L, and I have a trade worked out for those too. But, yeah, so there's blank spaces in here until I get those in. We've got the Power of Cookies. We've got the Tin cards. We've got the standalones, Trunks Energy Sphere and Gohan's Kit Chromes, SJ1, Goku the Mighty. Then after DBZ released, we had, in the first set of GT, we had Broly's Return or Revenge or Second Coming. Broly's Second Coming is what it's called. So I have that set, minus the Broly's. This one I do have pending for Matt L. These 2 I'm genuinely missing. So if you have M11 and M12... I'm willing to spend $150 for the pair, or about $70 for each one. And then we've got the rest of these. We've got those. Thank you, Salvador, for the red throwdown. I appreciate that immensely. We've got the F1 Broly here as well. That came out towards the end. We've also got the A1 Gohan, and I think this Goku's actually GT, but the Gohan I want to say is actually Dragonball Z, right? DBZ card game. I'm not sure. I bought them just in case. And then we've just got a couple little odds and ends here. We've got the stamped Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin. We have the proxies from the from that event, SWG. So I bought those because I thought that would be cool. I've got a black blank DBZ card here that I got a while back. And then a just standard card back Dragonball Z card because I didn't put one anywhere. And I realized that at the end. After that, everybody's favorite, I've got Dragon Booster. I forgot I was going to put Dragon Booster in this. Oh, and Case Closed and Sonic X. Those are also going to be in here. And another card game. So yeah, we've got Dragon Booster here. So I broke it down into non-foil and foil of each one. I only put the English cards in here. I do not have the Draconium language cards. Those are just, they're annoying to get. A lot of people don't have them. You know, I don't know. I'm not planning to collect them. I would like to finish the English version of this game. If I can finish the English version, I am a happy camper. As you can see, the set is complete. I know, it's very exciting. Dragon Booster. Someone having all these cards is actually incredible. Imagine having a complete set. Why? I am missing a single card. I am missing a non-foil triple somersault. I'm not even missing the foil. I'm missing the non-foil. That's it. I was missing 3 cards. I bought a set of starter decks for relatively cheap on eBay because it was damaged. And I pulled 2 of the 3 I needed. But I didn't pull triple somersault. So if anyone out there has it, I will buy it. Please. I will give you $10 for it. That's right, $10 for that one card. Is it worth that? No, it's worth like a quarter. But I will give you $10 for it. These are all the crystal cards. They're not called clear cards. They're crystal cards. But yeah, I have all those. And then we get to the demo deck cards here. And then that's the end of the demo deck. And now we have the pretty rare promo cards. We have P1, P2, P3. I don't remember what's what from here. I know this came with a DVD. And I think these 2 were Judge Redemption cards. Or maybe these 2 were Judge Redemption. I think these were... No. These were the Tournament Kit cards. These were Judge Redemption cards. This was a promo handed out somewhere else, along with this insert card that came with it. And then we have the Organized Play cards here. It has a full set of 12. Nobody has ever seen that before. I have seen a couple of other Organized Play promos pop up on eBay, though, surprisingly. I thought maybe there was only one set of them, but I think some of them may have actually released, I guess. So someone, somewhere, somehow went to a tournament where they actually handed them out, and I guess got a stack of them. I don't know. But I haven't seen most of them listed. It was only a couple of them that I've seen listed now on eBay. Case closed. Our boy Meitante Conan. My first set is not complete. It is mostly complete. As you can see, I'm missing an uncommon. I'm missing a couple of the case cards. Believe it or not, these are pending. I do have, now technically 2 people who have them. One being Mirko Jaros, who ignores me forever. And the other, I'm not going to say too much about it yet, but hopefully I'm able to get them. It is supposedly a complete set. It would be nice to fill in these gaps finally with those cards. So I'm willing to buy the complete set when the guy gets it in. That is the end of the first set. This is just a random card that has the, as you can see, it's got damage on the bottom. It's got the, what was it called? Crimping or whatever. Crime and Punishment, set 2. I do have a complete set of this one. This one is fully complete. I was only missing one uncommon for a while. Let me see if I see it pictured here. No, maybe it wasn't, or maybe it wasn't an uncommon. It was a rare, actually. It was just one random rare that I was missing. I don't know which card it was. It might have been this one. No, it was this one. It was this one. Camille Tarrington. That was one of the ones that I just never pulled from a pack myself. The rest of these are all pulled from packs by me. We've got the promos here. We've got the first set promos up here. I do own some of these. Hold on, let me go look at my list. It's just that they're inside. So, like, this one, I do own. I have it inside a sealed copy of the manga. And these 2 we've confirmed to exist. This one we haven't seen yet. But I think it's out there. I don't think that's an issue. Set 2, I do think all of the promos released, but that's just my thought. I do have this one, also sealed inside a manga. But the other 4 I have not managed to see yet. People are like, no, they don't exist. I think they do. I think they're out there. So, that's just my opinion. And then we get to Sonic X. Gotta go fast. Sonic X, I'm almost done with the set as well. I am missing, I think, 4 cards. Yep, we're missing that one. Which is a rare. And then I think we're missing, what, 3 more rares here. Yep, missing 3 more rares over here. I've got the insert card. We've got the starter deck cards, which were only unlimited. These were first edition. You could tell by the little Sonic symbol on the bottom left. That's how you know that they are first edition. So yeah, I'm missing 4 of those. We've got the starter deck cards here with the insert. We've got the promos, which are pretty rare. We've got the 4 OP promos. We've got Sonic, which is relatively easy to get. Eggman, which is really rare. Knuckles is a little bit easy, is about almost as easy as Sonic. Grandpa Chuck is also relatively rare. Pansy I've only ever seen twice. Fruits Basket. I bought a Fruits Basket starter deck for relatively cheap. Thought I was going to get all the cards. You do, except there's one problem. Now watch this. Watch this. You want to see something cool? Why me? There are cards on the back as well. So me, being someone who's a completionist, I need to buy a second one, and I don't feel like spending more than like 10 to 15 bucks for it. So yeah, I'm missing those. But otherwise, I have the rest of the Fruits Basket set, because all you need to do is buy a single starter deck. That's just a random gap. Ignore that. I don't remember why I put that there. But there is a random gap there. But yeah, Fruits Basket. Woo! And that's the end of that binder. Alright, give me 1 second, friends. We're going to just stare at my red binder for now. So yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Booster, case closed, Sonic X, and the one that everyone's interested in, Fruits Basket. Oops, hold on. Everybody loves a good old Fruits Basket anime. Never seen it before. Alright, let me put this not over there. I'll put this here for now. Alright, should I do Inuyasha? No, let's just do Yu Yu Hakusho. Ooh, sorry about that. I hope your ears are okay. I did also convert my Yu Yu Hakusho I swear I know the binders. I was just playing with you. I absolutely know my binders. Yeah, okay. Yu Yu Hakusho is going to be next. I redid the binders. I had them into like 5 or 6 separate binders. That is gone. We now have it in 2 binders, the Rayville binders. We've got all of the cards that released before the game officially came out. We've also got the Any Last Requests card, which was... Wait. Oh, yeah. Any Last Requests. This is the front. Then it got second release. We got 1 release in the Fusion Saga, and then a second release inside the Boo Saga. So it was actually in 2 different sagas that they put this card. So there are 2 different backs of this. So if you're trying to be a weirdo collector like me, Any Last Requests, there are 2 of them from Dragon Ball Z. 1 in Fusion, and 1 in Boo. These are the demo decks up here. We've got the Origins card that also came out before the game released. And then we've got... Why does that look bent? Whoa, wait, why is it... That's weird. I must have done that myself when I was closing the binder one day. Yeah, it's a little bent up here. Huh. Interesting. That's the only page with it, too. That is so interesting. I must have done that myself. Anyway, these look beautiful. We've got first edition, followed by the unlimited edition. The whole set is here. I did recently go through and grade every single card myself on this. I don't know if I want to put that public or not. If you want it public, maybe I'll make it public. Just showing off the grades of all the cards that I have. A lot of my unlimited cards are not in the best shape. A lot of my first editions mostly are in good shape. There are some that I need to go into my playset binder and check to see if I have a better version of those cards. But a lot of the Unlimiteds are really not in the best shape. They've taken some heat. I mean, there were some cards that like were so bad that I was like, wow, this card gets like a 2. Like, it's just so bad for some of them. Like creases and dirt and scuffs and scratches and yeah, like it's bad for some of them. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho. This is the Ghost Files set. As you guys know, I'm the big Yu Yu Hakusho buff. What I liked is that this lined up pretty well. Ended nicely up here. We've got the Spirit Pack cards. Also all here, obviously. Wouldn't have it any other way. Then we get to the promos. We've got Epic Tales. We've got Spirit Gun Double stamped right here. Can you see that? There you go. Then we've got the promos. We've got the DVDs. We've got the corrected Storm of Torment with the corrected C-156. Got a couple of blank cards here. First edition black border, standard black border, all white. I have left space here for the foils because I don't think there's a first edition of the all white. I don't think that one exists. We've got the Void and Draft stamped Singing Potential, and then the back of a card, which, yeah, we'll talk about that more. Our dark ones would be up here, signed and unsigned. We've got, this is Dark Tournament now, Win Shinobi Original, Win Shinobi Team Leader, and then Yoko, and then we start going through these. So we've got all of the first edition and standard editions here. And then we get to, nicely and snugly, the rares. First edition foil, standard foil, first edition non-foil, standard non-foil. And I love the Ravel binder for the fact that, like, this lines up so well. Like, just look at this. This is amazing. I was so happy when I was putting this together. So I was like, oh my god, the cards are actually all together. Whereas a 3x3 binder, that isn't the case. But for this, the Ravel binders, the 4x4s, it's so nice looking. Like, just look at that. Look how beautiful it is. It's so perfect. But yeah, so it lines up very, very nicely, and I loved that it did. A little break here. I'm doing a lot of talking. Jeez, my throat's going to hurt after I'm done. Alright, and then we've got the team insert cards that were non-foils and straight edge. We've got the entire Dark One puzzle. Sariashiki. We've got the other inserts here. We have the other inserts. We have a back of any of the inserts. They're all the same on the back. We've got the Spirit Pack cards, which were your tournament cards. Then we've got the League set. And we got reprint Dark One here. We've got all the other promos. We've got the draft stamped Precise Evasion as well. Then we jump to Gateway. Gateway is a set. First edition line, standard line. First edition cloudy, standard cloudy. First edition jagged, standard jagged. There are six of every one of those stupid things in there. So yeah, this was the biggest nightmare to collect. Gateway is, in my opinion, the hardest set to complete, even harder than Alliance. Because at least with Alliance, while the cards are expensive, they're just easier to find than the double. Well, we'll get to the double rainbows in a second, which, as you can see, are here. So let's talk about the non-foils or the rares. First edition single rainbow, standard single. First edition double rainbow foil, standard edition double rainbow foil. First edition non-foil, says standard edition non-foil. So there are also 6 of every single common and rare. So every common and rare and spirit rare and uber rare and ghost rare comes in 6 variations. And it sucks because there's 121 cards in the set. So 6 times 121 is what? 712, I think? I don't even know. It's a lot of cards. I'm not on math duty right now. But yeah, this set is massive. This set is absolutely gigantic. And that number I gave doesn't even include the inserts, doesn't include the promos, which we'll talk about the promos in a little bit too. But yeah, this is a massive, massive set. If you're trying to 100% Yu Yu Hakusho, this is where you're going to get stuck. This and Alliance, but at least Alliance you can complete. This, completing all of it is just... It's a nightmare. It's a complete and total nightmare. I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemies. Like, oh yeah, don't forget, there's reprint cards, also the same thing. Line first edition, line standard, cloudy first edition, cloudy standard, jagged first edition, jagged standard. You've got 10 of those. So you've got those as well, which I think ends right here on Unconscious, right? Of course, it ends on the next page. And then don't forget, you've got the Hiei Exile insert cards, which are also lined, cloudy, and jagged. But don't also forget, you've got your team bonus cards, which are first edition single rainbow, standard single rainbow, first edition double rainbow, standard double rainbow foil. And don't worry, because there are 10 of those, 11 of those. And don't forget, we've got the Join Elite card, and then just a random space. I needed to put a Yu Yu Hakusho card back somewhere. Now, you saw I had one at the beginning of the binder. That was actually an Origins card on its back, because the Origins card back was different than the standard card back that released. Oh, but we're not done yet. We've also got the tournament cards, which came in 4 variations. Double rainbow, line, jagged, and, of course, double rainbow, lined, cloudy, and jagged. So there were 4 of those as well if you were trying to collect them all. And some of these are kind of expensive. Like, not energy release, but I got something for you. It was like a $125 card last I checked. So, just trying to collect 4 of those in the correct variations. That's only going to drop you like a $500. No big deal. The league cards, but don't forget, guys, there's also 2 league cards. You got the single rainbow and the double rainbow for every single one. I was the one that actually made that discovery many, many years ago, because everyone just assumed that they were single rainbows because that's what was commonly found. And I went through my stuff and I was like, hey guys, I got double rainbows. And they're like, huh? So yeah, I was the one that made that discovery. As you can see, there are a couple of gaps here. In case there is a unlimited double rainbow cool bar box topper, it's an error card. I would love to have it. I have the single rainbow one, which is really cool. If double rainbow exists, I would love to have it. Technically, I do own it. I have it on an uncut sheet. Your Otoko, if there's a double rainbow. Meditation, if there's a double rainbow. Counter-Strike and Yusuke, if there's double rainbows. We do have the double rainbow of the Hiei, though currently 1 of 1. If there's a second one, the value of this is going to drop immensely. What's it valued at? I bought it for $500. So take of that what you will. So yeah, Head-On Assault, we've got the double rainbow here. We've got Crazy World double rainbow here. This is worth like $75-$80, I want to say. I think that's how much I spent for it. Something like that. It's not worth a whole lot. You would think because it's rare that it's going to be worth a lot. It's not, and a lot of people make that mistake. The reason it's not worth as much, well, the Hiei is worth more. The reason the Hiei is worth more is 1, there's less copies of it out there. But 2, it's a character card, which is usually very sought after. Whereas like Head-On Assault isn't. Plus, the Hiei was actually kind of viable for a time. He wasn't a terrible card, because he could double attack. Crazy World wasn't that hard to find double rainbow. The double rainbows are just a mess. They were just so messy, and Score didn't know what they were doing around this time. So they did intend to release every single one, I believe, as a double rainbow, and then they didn't, and then they were... I don't know. There's just so much history there, and it's just a lot of it is not really, like, super set in stone. So, like, we know stuff, but we don't know everything. Oops, I forgot to show my dark ones. Sorry, another day, guys. You've seen those a couple dozen times already. You don't need me to re-show it. Okay. Let's make sure you're nice and neat. Yep, you're in there nice and neat. Yep. Oops, sorry, I'm showing you the side of my bed. Hold on 1 second. I just want to close this up before something bad happens to them. Especially like that Hiei. Okay, let's get to second half of Yu Yu Hakusho. Exile, first edition, standard edition. Things returned to normal when Exile came out. They were like, all right, that whole many foils thing, yeah, we're not gonna do that again. That was ridiculous. So, They went back to the simple of first edition, standard edition, only one foil type. When you get to the rares, you got first edition foil, standard foil, first edition non, standard non. And of course, this set lined up beautifully again, where it's just 4 cards in a row. It's so beautiful. Look at it. You have no idea how happy I was that it lined up nicely like this, because I was scared that it wasn't going to when I was putting the binders together, and then realized that it was. So I was really excited about that. I'm flipping through these because I've shown these off before, just not in this binder, but that's okay. You don't need that. Yeah, Exile was a massive set. There was supposed to be a starter deck that came out with it. It got scrapped because Score couldn't get their life together. So there are only non-foils of the starter deck cards, which also started beautifully on this page. And then we've got the insert cards, we've got the tournament cards, we've got the league cards, and then we have the promos, and then a couple of spaces. Then we jump to Betrayal, also first edition, standard edition, and then we've got 4 in a row. I love that. I mean, yeah, it sucks that it starts down here, but that's okay. We can forgive you for that. These pages are stuck. There we go. But yeah, so here's that fully complete. Wow, I am getting tired. I'm going to need a nap after this, let me tell you. We've still got one more binder to go, too, which is insanity. Oh, and then we've got the insert cards. I decided to do front and back for the Jin and Sensui. I actually didn't realize that they had different card backs on each one. Had no clue until I did this. So I flipped them over because why not? I was going to end up running 3 cards over anyway, 1 card over anyway, so I was like, I might as well flip them over. I hate having this all blank, though. Wasting all that space. Alliance, first edition and standard edition. This is probably one of the more exciting sets. We have our girl Jury down here to start the rares, following the same order as everything else. This is 100% complete. I'm not just saying that like I did in Dragon Booster. These are actually complete. So yeah, very cool, very exciting. We are nearing the end of the bind. Oh, I know what comes after this. Something that I have not shown off is coming after this. Alright, last page. After this. Let's do this. Okay, you see them a little bit over there. This ends Alliance, this ends Score Entertainment Yu Yu Hakusho. And then we've got the Universus cards. Now, what's funny about Universus is they set up the cards to be in groups of 9 with the intention of it looking cool on the binder. Well, that doesn't work when you have a 4x4. So, 9 cards for each character. They had the character card and 8 support cards that went along with it. This is the first set that came out. It is complete. I have all the cards. We got the 81 cards here. Select format characters. These are the full arts front and back. I figured I might as well do front and back to show them off because the backs are different. And then this is the back side of that select format characters card. I am looking for one more of these select format characters cards. So if anyone out there has one, I would love to buy it. We've got the alt arts next, followed by the Kuwabara Corrected from Worlds. I believe the Worlds cards are down here. It just made sense for me to put this here to separate these. So these are all the Worlds cards. And then we have the 5 promos that released, the 2 backs, and we have an error discard card. I will say this is not a Yu Yu Hakusho set card, though. I forget what set it came from, but I picked it up because I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to get that. And then we have the unique card backs here between UFS and Universus when they changed from set 1 over to set 2. And like I said, these are the promos. This one's pretty rare. This one's difficult to find. This one's semi-difficult. These 3 are not too bad to find. Set 2. I finally put it in a binder. This took me a while to do. So you have the character followed by the foil version of that character. And then same thing, the 9 support cards. So they made it groups of 10 when you include the foil for the character. So that just goes against their policy of 9 I don't know what they're doing. They just wanted money, I guess. But here are all. I'm gonna actually show these off because I haven't shown these off yet. But yeah, like I said, it is not foil, followed by the foil. We have alt arts in here for a couple of the cards, mainly from the main cast. Oops. Yeah, this took me a while to put together and plan out. It was very annoying, honestly. Another alt art here. I believe Kuwabara has an alt art. Yep, Dimension Sword. And Shishi Wakamaru. It was just interesting how some of the characters got character-specific cards and others didn't. I don't know how they made their choices for this, but they did, somehow. Yusuke had an alt art as well. I forget what else had an alt art. I think there was one other. Oh, Keiko. There we go. And Urameshi's Perseverance also got an alt art. Botan's Coaching, rare card. Not rare, I'm just calling it that. Then you've got the SRs, the secret rares, and the extra secret rares, because, you know, why not, right? And then we've got the Chromes, 15 out of 100, 66, 23. I would love to get a set of 23s, because that number has shown up in my life very often. And 47. So we've got the Chrome rares here as well. We've got the... these are the reprints, not the reprints. They reprinted some of the cards in this set from the first set. The Botan and Byakko are foils. Then you had a couple of rare cards. These aren't really that pricey though. Half of these are like $1 or $2 each. Then we've got the promos. We've got... Why do I have a blank here? Oh, I think this is the rules card. I think that's what I... No. What goes here? Why do I have a blank? I have a blank here for some reason. And now I don't remember what. I think it is the rules card that comes with this. I think it is the rules card that comes with the victory card. There's a rules card, so I think that's what it is. You got the Rose Whiplash. Now, this white card is interesting. This is a completely white card. It is not an error card. These actually are the cards that came with these, the top 4. So the top 4 came individually packaged with a couple of blank cards surrounding them to ensure that they didn't get damaged. What's interesting about the top 4 cards is that there are not 4 copies of them out there. There were supposed to be. 2 of the top 4 got caught cheating, and they either had to return their prize or didn't receive their prize. So there's actually only 2 copies of this out there. The other person that won them has no social media presence and doesn't seem to actually sell his stuff. He keeps everything he gets. So this was the only set that became publicly available. I got them from Mitchell C. So yeah, I am probably the only person that will ever own these 4. And I put them like this just because they're on the last page of the binder, and just in case. Then I've got Freshly Cut Grass, because why not? A smell card. If you smell it, it smells like freshly cut grass. I don't know how they did that, but they did. Yeah, I'm pretty certain this is the rules card, actually. Like, I'm looking back at this, and this has to be, because I'm not missing any cards. So this has to be that rules card that comes in the packs. Because I think that's why I put this here. So yeah, this is the rules card that came with these cards. I am hopefully getting one soon. So we'll see. So yeah, that's this binder. We've got one more binder to go. I'm making a video right now. What's up? No. Alright, let's go back to this last binder. I know, I just recently showed off Inuyasha. I know that. The video was only a couple weeks old. I got a lot of cards since then, though. After that video, I picked up a pretty large collection of first edition Tetsaigo, along with some other stuff, which I already showed, but I just want to flip through these one more time really fast, just to show them off. Yeah, I knocked off a lot of first edition Tetsaiga. Funny about this card, Evil Ritual. Guy sent me the wrong card. Well, first, my list was missing the first 7 cards from it. So I was like, shoot. So I messaged him. I said, hey, do you happen to have these 7 cards along with a couple of extra cards I got to ask about? He was like, yeah, I do. Sent them to me. Bought them. Great. He sent me the wrong card. He sent me card 27 as opposed to 37. So I messaged him. He was like, oh, shoot, my bad. I'll resend it. He never did. So I'm still missing it. He never resent it. It's been like a month now. I don't think I'm going to get it. So that sucks. But it is what it is. Or maybe he did send it and it got lost in the mail. That is always in the realm of possibility. But yeah, I have most of Tetsaiga complete now in the first edition. Like, I have a lot. He had almost the entire set in first edition. He was only missing a couple cards. That was one of them. I think I'm missing like 11 or 12 or 13 cards now. That's another one that I'm missing. But I honestly wasn't sure if I was ever going to get all the first editions, mainly because of how annoying they are to get. But yeah, this is cool. It's really nice to like have it so many filled in. It took me forever to fill the binder up with them, but you know, it is what it is. So there are still a couple of gaps here, like I said, as I am missing a couple of first editions. Mostly, it's basically all rares, 2 uncommons, and then the 1 common. I do have all the ultra rares though, so that's pretty cool. I would like to get more of those, fill the pages in, but we'll see. And then we've got the next set here. I'm just going to fly through these now because you guys have seen these before. There is nothing new here. Looking to get more of those. But yeah, this is pretty neat. Pretty neat. My throat's also hurting from talking so much. So that's the other reason why I'm kind of like laying back on the talking a bit. Because this is an hour video. We're at an hour. It's going to take a while to upload. It's going to take a while to do. What am I missing here? I am missing... Why do I have 2 gaps here? Oh, I'm missing the insert card. And I'm missing the H1 stamped Inuyasha. That is what I am missing from this set. I accidentally got rid of all my inserts of this. How that happened, I don't know. But I did. For some reason, I did that. I also kind of regret putting the hidden rares at the beginning. I know they did that in Tetsaiga. And then they seemingly changed that after all the other sets. But I never adjusted for that. And I kind of regret that now. But I'm not going to redo the whole binder because that's going to take me a month. Because it took me a month to put this binder together. Oh, and then the Band of 7 stuff. This stuff came out after Saisai did, so that's why I have it in here after that. But I think I mentioned that last time, and then we jump into Shime. Oops, sorry, I didn't show that card there. What's also nice is that I was able to fit all of Inuyasha in a single binder. So that's really awesome. Yu Yu is 2 binders. DBZ is 2 binders. Well, binder and a quarter or so. Dragon Booster should really have its own binder if we include the foreign language card, the Draconium cards, but whatever. There's 2 of these here, for those that don't remember, because we have the gold stamp followed by the standard stamp. This is where I change things up a little bit. We've got the 6 FV cards here, but I did put spaces for the blank Inuyasha, the blank Koga, and the signed Halt, just in case that those cards do exist and get released. We've got all these. I've got the Shishomaru now. This is the Sango signed card that would go here if I ever get one. Hopefully one day I will. But yeah, these are for the blank Inuyasha, blank Koga, and a signed Halt. So I am still going to look for a signed Halt, but if I never get it, it's okay because I have a non-signed one. So, like, that's okay. This is still so cool. Ugh, so cool. Never thought one of those existed, but they do. And then the remaining iCards and all the remaining promos from that set. And then we get to the last set here, which is also another a hellscape. We've got the signed cards. I left room for the blanks if I ever get my hands on them, which I do have 2 of them. I'm looking for blanks of all those. Blank. I'm looking for a signed Kikyo. I am also looking for another non-signed Kikyo. Blank. We're looking for signed. We're looking for both of those. Signed. We're looking for both of those. Non-signed, signed, and we're looking for both of those. That's Kana. That is Shishomaru and Inuyasha. I forget the order. But yeah. And then we get the IYP promos. And then we get the OP promos. And then we have the Rumikos. I still have not put my Rumikos in here yet. I need to do that. That is everything. That is all the binders. We are done. So that was Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Booster, Case Closed, Sonic X, Fruits Basket, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Inuyasha. All the Score TCGs that I do collect. I've had a couple people ask if I'm going to collect other. The only other one I would even consider collecting is probably Buffy. I don't want to collect Bleach. I don't care about Bleach. I used to have Bleach. I had a lot of Bleach, but I got rid of it. Don't want it back. Don't care for it. I got those for free from Score when I used to volunteer as a moderator for them. Never even wanted the cards. I wanted Yu Yu Hakusho, and they wouldn't give it to me. And then I think I asked for Inuyasha, and they're like, yeah, we don't have that anymore either, or something like that. I don't remember. Or I think that was around the time that like I didn't have a choice on what I was receiving. And it was just like, yeah, you're going to get what you're going to get. Be happy. And I'm like, oh, great. Something like that. I don't remember. It's been too many years. But that's all of the binders. Thank you so much if you watched this all the way through to the end. I appreciate you. If you have any of the cards that I'm missing, specifically, more so, hold on, I'm going to put you guys down a second. More so from like Dragon Ball Z and Inuyasha. I doubt you have anything from Yu Yu Hakusho. Case closed. I'm probably getting a full set of it. I do have something worked out with someone. So I'm not too worried about that. If you happen to have the Fruits Basket cards, hit me up. I will gladly buy those from you. And Sonic, I'm also looking for those 4 or 5 cards. And that Dragon Booster Triple Somersault, if you have that, I am highly interested in it. Like I said, I will give you $10 for it. That is everything. I am done talking. I don't want to talk anymore. I've been talking for an hour straight. Thank you again for watching. I will probably, if I remember, will link my wants list in the description. And that's it. Thanks for watching again. And that's it for the summer collection update. Bye.